Welcome into the Bahakel Sports Game of the Week, the day after Thanksgiving. We hope you enjoyed yourself, your meals, your time with family. We are at the part of the season where every team involved is looking to just be leftovers from 1 week to the next. Fourth round of the NCHSAA playoffs, and we've got a good one. Independence and Butler. Look, this is the 10th time these two schools have met in playoff action. If you are aware of high school football in this area, you are aware of this historic rivalry.
I've been aware of this rivalry for a long time, and this right here, this bracket is important. But two of the names that bring you back to this is what it's supposed to look like are Butler and Independence. Obviously, looking for an opportunity to travel to either Grimsley or Weddington next week with the win tonight. And then obviously on the west, or the east side, I should say, Roseville, Cardinal, Gibbons, Hoggard, and Cleveland. A couple of other really, really good programs. Those four programs really, really strong as well. So a big one in this one.
Just a couple of weeks from determining a state champion at the 4A level. You can never miss him with the yellow kicks. That's DJ McFadden in his third year as the head coach here at Independence, or there at Independence rather, where he played quarterback, won 2 state championships. Reggie never lost a game, and in 3 seasons, he's gotten the Patriots to the playoffs 2 years in a row and here in the quarterfinals.
Some people are bona fide winners, some people are bona fide leaders. This is DJ McFadden to a T. Nothing but winning in his time, his third year here, already deep in the playoffs.
And over on the other sideline, again, if you're aware of high school football in the area, you're aware of Brian Hales. Brian Hales is Butler football.
2 state championships, as you see right there. A third one as the OC here, right before he won his first state championship. Brian Hales is the epitome of winning and the epitome of winning football games and going deep into the playoffs.
Butler has won the coin toss. They deferred, so they will kick it away to Independence. And we'll keep it right here to get this playoff game started.
Let's go.
Skipped your introduction. I'm Reginald Walker. I'm Darren Vaught. Here on the Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. We're so excited.
Up. That's it.
It is kicked off and back into the end zone for a touchback. So Independence will begin with it at their own 20-yard line.
And Darren, this place is packed. I mean, it is absolutely packed in here. Sold out game. Everybody that even thinks about high school football in this area connected to these two schools is trying to get in here, and they're still filing in here right now.
Tickets went on sale ahead of time, sold out earlier today. Independence, the offense marches onto the field, led by Justin Little. The junior begins with a handoff, and it is sniffed out right away. That's Taekwon Rankin with the solo tackle for loss.
I think that right there is the key to this football game. If you're Taekwon Rankin in this Butler defense, you've got to keep this running game in check. If the running game gets going, then that opens up the play action passing game for this Independence offense, and you might end up with a shootout because we know Butler can score as well. You got to slow this running game down from Independence if you're Butler defensively.
Yeah, the sophomore back there, number 21, Jaden Jones, has had a remarkable year. He's been exceptional in the playoffs as well. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. Little back to pass. Gives out to Jones in the flat. A cut up at the 20. And brought down by a couple of Butler defenders after a game about 7.
I like that call, though, Darren. You slip the back up through the line of scrimmage, and then he sneaks out into the flat. Just throw him the ball quickly. This defense is really, really fast, and they rally to the football really well. You got to find ways to hide guys to get them free and get them into space, and then see if you can make a big play after the catch.
Be a 3rd and 5, just about, maybe 4 to go for Independence here. So Little look to the sideline, changes some things up. And here they go on an option. Little cuts up underneath and is tripped up, but he's got enough for the first down. Up to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, a little speed option there, and they do it to sort of the short side of the field there. Granted, it's to the field, but the short side of the formation. They go that way. They get a little bit of space. You got to make a decision as that what we call the hang player. Do you go to the quarterback or do you go to the running back on the pitch? No decision really made there, and they pick up the first down.
1st and 10. The motion man is the tight end, William Brown. It's another handoff, off tackle right side into a cluster of red jerseys. And a gain of 4 or 5 on the carry with forward momentum.
And a very late flag came in from the Independence sideline. I wonder if this is going to be some kind of a sideline warning or violation here. That flag came flying in from the sideline at the very end of the play.
Oh, and a personal foul on the defense.
So the Independence sideline was very demonstrative. I thought they were complaining that they got called for something. Looks like they were complaining trying to get a call.
To the 46 on the other side of the field. It's a 1st and 10 for Independence. Jones again. Switches directions, bolts forward, and falls down after a gain of about 5.
The thing about Jones, the type of player that he is, the way he runs the football, he's one of those guys that sort of glides his way, as you saw him there with the sportsmanship, helping up the tackler. But he's a glider when he runs the football, makes a lot of plays. That 11 yards of carry has been really effective this season.
We'll check out momentarily Travis Hill with number 24, the back end now. Hill gets a handoff up the middle through a first would-be tackler and gets about another 5 yards. This might be enough for the first. And they will move the chains. Another Acosta heating, cooling, and electrical first down.
I like this early game plan for Independence right now against Butler. This isn't the biggest defense for Butler, but they get to the football. So sometimes going right at a defense that's not as big but has a lot of speed is the better option.
There's Jones again. A stiff arm to get to the outside. A spin to stay in bounds for a few more yards. Down to nearly the 20-yard line. It's another first for Independence.
Watch how smoothly he does this. It doesn't look like he's moving very fast. He's got a lot of speed, but he's got those long strides and that sort of gliding way about him. Just collects yards really, really easily.
They're at the 24. Montrez Birch motions and receives it. Stumbles across the 20, brought down just shy of the first down marker. Tackle made by Curtis Pierce.
And that call right there, it caught the defense in a man coverage kind of situation. So when Birch went in motion, his defender had to come all the way across with him. In that situation, sometimes you might have to pass that off so that there's somebody always with that leverage to pick that up. Unable to do it there, and he picks up nice yardage.
First catch of the night for Vontrez Birch, nearing 1,000 yards on the season. Brian Crowder motions in, then back out, up the middle for Birch, and it drops incomplete.
See, that time it was a similar, you get the motion, and then they come back out, and what you get there is zone coverage. So all they do is pass off the inside route, switch it on the outside, and there's leverage and defense right where you need it on both guys. That's really, really good job. Nice adjustment. Good call defensively.
A 3rd down and 2 to gain for Independence. And a timeout for an injured player down on the field. We'll step aside, but a 3rd and 2 for Independence when we return. 7:06 left in the first quarter here on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Out of the timeout, a 3rd down, 2 yards to gain for Independence. They got a 3rd down conversion from 5 yards out earlier in this drive, their first of the contest. Justin Little receives the shotgun snap, gives a jolt through the middle, and the 1st down achieved.
Look at Jones. He takes this handoff, and he is downhill immediately. Finishes the run at the end there by trying to run through the defender. Nice job there to set up a 1st and goal.
And a false start penalty against Independence. 1st and goal for the Patriots. The Butler 12. Jones the back with Little. Option again. Gives to Jones. Pitch was behind him, and he's brought down for a loss. Nick Darling, the senior, with the open field tackle.
Remember the earlier speed option play? There was no decision made. That's a great job. He showed up, gave the quarterback something, and then went immediately to the pitch, put Justin Little in a bind. He makes the pitch. It's an errant pitch as well, and then defensively the play is made.
Now goal to go from the 17. Little alone in the backfield. Jones, top of your screen, out wide. Little airs it out, look into the end zone, and it is caught by Birch. A flag on the play.
And the flag is out in the flat, a little bit behind the play. The ball was snapped around the 17. The flag is right at the 18. So this might be a formation issue here.
It is against the Patriots. Ineligible man downfield, so what was an unfavorable goal-to-go situation.
Like an offensive lineman may have fell down right at the snap. What a throw. Yeah, that throw was unbelievable for not, obviously, at this point. But looks like an offensive lineman went down right at the line of scrimmage. They've tightened up on that rule of 3 yards. Now it's more like 1 yard at that ineligible because of such an RPO-heavy sport now. And right there, unfortunate for Independence, one of the offensive linemen slides down the field.
And Independence is going to call a timeout here with 5:47 left in the first. So, Reggie, goal to go, but you're all the way back at the 22-yard line now.
And let me, I want to sort of correct myself a little bit on this particular penalty now. They went empty. They motioned the back out to the left, so it's an empty formation. What it could have been as well is one of the outside receivers and a slot guy both on the line of scrimmage,
right,
which
so
means that
Jones
slot guy cannot go go up the field if he's covered up. So that could have been it as well, whether it was William Brown, maybe the tight end, whatever the case may have been on that previous play. That might have been the reason for the call.
Yeah, that would make sense. Be sure to check out the Blitz. Go to BahakelSports.com tonight at 11 p.m. Jeff Taylor and the rest of the Bahakel Sports crew, they'll get you covered with highlights, scores, everything you need to know from the rest of the high school football games throughout your area. Again, the Blitz at 11 p.m. BahakelSports.com is the spot for that.
So now they signal it's a loss of down on the ineligible.
Yeah, so it is 3rd and goal from the 22-yard line. So a correction of it. Which might change what you talked about during the timeout if you're Independence. Little to throw. Up the middle, nobody there. 4th down.
There's a flag down at the 5-yard line right near where Birch was. It's generally in the space of a defensive holding here.
You're right. Spot on, Reggie. Defensive holding, so this is going to give Independence another chance on 3rd and goal.
Interestingly enough, one of the things about that call at this level versus high school or the college level, or college or the NFL level, I should say, those are automatic first downs, especially at the NFL level. Obviously not in this particular case. They're going to move the ball, but it's still going to be 3rd down.
I mean, that's not a small change, though. That's a 10-yard penalty as they mark it off at the 12. So goal to go from the 12-yard line.
And that route was covered up. Everything was covered up.
Yeah. That's a bailout.
Yeah, absolutely.
Giving Indy another chance here. Jones with Little. Looking to throw. Flushed down up the middle and tried to get through defenders. Tripped up and brought down at the 10.
You know, Darren, that play is very important, and I don't think for everybody at home, this is what I mean. Throughout this game, I think whether it's Little or Lawrence for Butler, I think these guys are going to have to pick up probably 3 first downs with their feet in order to win this football game. So that's something I think we should keep an eye on throughout this game. Both quarterbacks, when the pocket breaks down, can they find a way to get in the end zone with their feet?
Here is
or first downs, I should say.
Lyric Copera. It's about a 30-yarder through the uprights. Independence on the board first. Takes a 3-0 lead. So a long drive that ate up a lot of clock, Reggie.
7 minutes.
And 1 second. Not for nothing.
You're spot on. you get it done down to the second, don't you?
I tried. Well, just as a reminder, we talked about the historic nature of this rivalry when we came on the air. How about 109 consecutive games won between 2000 and 2007 for this Independence program? You see the star power here? Look at the name on the bottom.
Yep.
DJ McFadden. You mentioned it earlier. Didn't lose a game in his 2 years as the starting quarterback.
And I've told you this story many times off the air, but I'll tell it real quick on the air. Tried to go to an Independence high school game probably in 05, right, here in the Charlotte area. Tried to attend the game as we get ready for a Queen City audio, video, and appliances kickoff. Tried to go to an Independence game, and we got there about 5:30, 2 hours before kickoff. They never let us park. They said it's sold out. Can't get in here. Go do something else. And DJ McFadden, oh, by the way, was the quarterback at the time.
It was a big deal. Capera boots it away. This one's going to be returnable for the Bulldogs. And what a return it will be! Past midfield, Capera the one to make the tackle, bringing down Cameron Holman.
This is what Butler does, right? They try to win games, obviously, in all phases of the game. You get a big kickoff return right here after giving up that long drive and 3 points, trying to get a little bit of momentum back. You get that big return right there. Last time we were here, Darren, you and I, that guy right there in the middle of your screen walking towards the top, number 4, the Quadri Currents, he went crazy returning punts here. Really good special teams unit.
He took 2 to the house last time we were here. That was early in the season against Richmond Senior.
He took 2 to the house within about a 2-minute span.
Yeah. Look at this, first play from scrimmage, a 9.5-yard run for Jaden Williams, a junior running back. Look, we talked about Jones on the other side for Indy. Jaden's had a really nice year as well.
He really has. Look at him pick his way through there. Good balance. Nice job pushing the pile and then not allowing this defense to get him on the ground. Stays up. Sometimes that just adds to a defense's frustration when they can't get the running back to the ground.
Williams averages not quite 95 yards a game for the Bulldogs. So 2nd and 1 here as Zach Lawrence, the quarterback, hand it again to the outside between defenders, brought down. He's at the 35. That's a Bulldogs first down. So so far. A couple of teams who are intent on running the football.
You said exactly what I was getting ready to say as we see Butler pick up another Acosta heating, cooling, and electrical first down.
Lawrence back to pass. Tries a quick little out to Currents. They call him red. Dropped it, incomplete. 2nd and 10 it'll be.
They'll go right back to him. He's not, that's very rare that he doesn't make that grab. They will go back to him and get him the football throughout this game. But what that does on first down, that incompletion, you pick up nothing there. Now you've got to find a way to start generating some yardage. Likely going to be a much more predictable play call here. And there you see the run, and they pick up about 7 yards.
Williams inside the 30. Looks like the spots is going to be the 29. Yeah, so here's a 3rd and 4 for Butler. Williams again to the left, shuffles forward. Not enough, though we did get a couple.
Williams off the left side of the Butler offensive line.
And did we have any doubt Butler's going to go for this?
This is Brian Hayes to the
4th and 2.
And plus, I mean, from a field goal standpoint, it's a long field goal. The turf, we were down there on the field beforehand. Not the greatest track on this field tonight either.
Lawrence under center. A couple of hard snap counts, maybe trying to get the Patriot to jump offside. Now he hands up the middle, stuffed. I don't think that was enough. Independence forces a turnover on downs.
It's a big time stop for Independence defensively. Nice job inside. They just lock this thing up, right? Ball snap, and next thing you know, it's low man wins, and everybody in red is up high, and everybody in white is down low, and you get a stop. That's a good job playing with leverage and firing off the football by this defense.
So the junior Little back out with the Patriots offense. Give to Jones, trying to escape tackles in the backfield, gets right back to the line of scrimmage.
It is tough sledding out there for both of these offenses right now. Remember, you see the 3 points on the board for Independence, but that was aided by a penalty as well. Two penalties, a personal foul penalty and a defensive holding. That was 25 of those yards on that last drive.
2nd and 10. Little gets rid of it quickly, finds Crowder, and he is brought down to the ground, ripped down to the ground after he was stopped in his tracks.
I think John Cena would be proud. This was an absolute takedown.
Gabe Wilson, the finishing touch there. It's a gain of 3, now 3rd and 7 for Independence. 2 for 3 on thirds so far. The only one they didn't convert on was that goal to go from 12 yards out. Little pocket collapses to the outside. Whoa, tight rope walking, nearing midfield. He's pushed out of bounds. Plenty enough for the first down.
We were talking to this Independent staff before the game. We talked to both staff. We were talking to them before the game. We were talking about Little specifically and how he's playing bigger this year. This is an example. Last year, that initial bump near the sideline would have knocked him out of bounds. He's much stronger now, playing physically bigger, runs through that initial arm tackle and picks up the first down.
1st and 10, the official spot at the Independence 45. Now they'll give to Jones again. A few yards up the field and then stopped in his tracks. Looks like the spot has him at a 3-yard gain, so this should be 2nd and 7.
Tough sledding out there and a lot of talking between both teams out there. As you see, the referee kind of walks away with a wry smile there because he can hear it all.
Jones has 9 100-yard rushing games this season, including a 200-plus yard performance in the playoffs a couple of weeks ago. He is, oh, that's Hill on the second down carry across midfield, bulleting forward.
That's a really, really nice run there by Hill. Good finish, body lean, falls forward. Pick up as much as he could to set up a third and very manageable 3 yards. I think we're going to end up getting to the end of the first quarter.
Independence's offense realizes that, starts to take the walk to their respective sideline, and through a quarter here on the Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Indy Butler Part 2 is 3-0 Patriots. We're through a quarter here on the Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Independence up 3 and driving. They've got a 3rd and 3 here. It's a handoff. Jaden Jones spins his way through a tackle up the middle.
That was supposed to be a negative play. I mean, look at the defender right there off the edge, and Jones runs right through it and then drags another defender down the field and picks up the first down. That was an improbable first down, and he found a way to pick it up.
That is Jones, just a sophomore, dragging Neo Espinoza, a senior who's a really good defensive player, 6'3", 200 pounds. Another 1st and 10 for Independence. They have relied heavily on the run game through this point. And here's Jones again. Why would you not keep handing it off to him? A bounce outside, another first down.
See, that's why he's so scared, right? You see the previous play. He runs through a couple of tackles, bounces off some guys with physicality, and then the next play you see the speed to turn the corner and get around the edge and pick up a first down. And it costs the heating, cooling, and electrical first down.
Chains keep moving for the Patriots. Another run play. This one goes for nothing. Maybe even a slight loss. Look at some of the other 4A scores, or the only other 4A scores going on. We're down to just 4 games on the other side of this one. Weddington and Grimsley. Will it be the Warriors or the Worleys to play the winner of this one? They're tied at 7 in the first.
Both teams looking for a home game next week. As the higher seeds, if you will.
Crowder in motion for the Patriots, 2nd and 10. And a diving catch by Crowder gets them that much closer to the first down marker. This will be a very manageable 3rd down and 3 yards, maybe 2. Now 3 according to the spot.
That's a rare, I don't want to call it an inaccurate throw, but that's a rare not pinpoint throw from Little there. But his receiver, nice job helping him out there, making the grab.
Their third down. Hill receives the handoff and doesn't have any time at all. He is swarmed by Tyquan Rankin.
And Mr. Rankin said, hey, enough of this running the football. I'm going to do something about it. He shows up in a bad mood. Big play there to create the negative and set up the fourth down.
One of the team captains, already a couple of TFLs tonight.
He's got to be careful, though. He kind of went and demonstrated in the direction of the independent sideline. The officials doing a good job understanding the magnitude of this game, the rivalry, all of those things. Let's not get flag happy, but obviously from a player standpoint, got to be aware of those types of situations.
So now on 4th and 6, Independence is going to attempt another field goal. This one looks to be about 42 yards. And that's little to hold the kick. Timeout, Independence.
I think it's a good time. I think there's two pieces to it, right? You're looking at this and you're thinking about from a field position standpoint, if you don't make it, what do you give Butler? You're also looking at it, if we just go for it, do we have a chance to pick it up? We've had some success with the running game, obviously, as well as hit some throws in the passing game also. And then you've got to think about the possibility, what it looked like in terms of, did you feel like Butler, who's really, really good on special teams, maybe had a chance to come get that field goal? So a lot of things to think about and talk through here for DJ McFadden Jr. and Independence. I like that timeout. You see Brian Hales there just getting some clarity, but Brian Hales, look, all three phases of the game, he emphasizes every aspect of football. So that situation right there, you knew he had a plan and will have a plan for whatever is next here.
And the offense is back out for Independence. Looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th and 6. 42 yards would have been if he made it the season long for Copera. Now Butler's going to get a timeout.
Yeah, they had a plan for the field goal, and then they saw the offense come out, so they went ahead and said, we need to have a plan for what they may do offensively.
First timeout taken by Brian Hales. Butler with 2 remaining.
I will say this, if DJ McFadden is aggressive here in terms of kicking the field goal, I understand it, right? Anytime you can put points on the board potentially against this Butler defense, you have to do start to kind of put more of the pressure on the whole team.
Just a reminder of what is at stake. This for a chance in a state semifinal contest, regional final for the 4A West. The winner will play the winner of Weddington and Grimsley. No matter what, it's a road game for the winner of this contest here tonight. And now Lyric Copera comes back out with the field goal unit. Again, that's Little holding.
Chess match.
Hold is down. Copera gets the kick off. Not enough on it.
Pretty good attempt, hit the crossbar. He needed probably another yard, if you will, of length, and that would have been good.
Independence misses the 42-yard field goal attempt, and it goes back Butler's way at the 25-yard line. Currents in motion. It's a give. Williams up the middle, spins off of a man, and then brought down by a gang of Patriots.
This game is being played in close quarters. Both teams looking for, essentially, Darren, this is kind of my DNA. Both teams kind of looking for 3 yards on top of this.
It is. It's in you. this formation. 4 receivers to the left of your screen. Those 3 bunched up.
You got to think screen.
Lawrence looking to go downfield. Floats it up, and it's caught by Keyshawn Barino at the sideline.
Yeah, it's a great job and good read by Lawrence. Basically what he was reading was the cornerback there, number 6, Bryce Lofton. If Bryce gave depth and got deeper down the field, you throw that ball underneath. There's the hold shot. Good throw. Nice catch. Picks up the first down.
Acosta Heating, Cooling, and Electrical first down for the Bulldogs. It's them up to the 36-yard line.
Got to recognize formation here. This is an unbalanced formation.
Lawrence on the play fake. Gives on the screen. And a tripped up tackle. No gain there for Barino.
What I meant by the unbalance was the slot receiver was also on the line of scrimmage, meaning he's covered up, can't go down the field, but that's a perfect scenario for a screen because on the back side, the near side, there was no receiver outside covering up the tackle. So that's the unbalanced formation to the left. Independence recognized it, didn't overcorrect, and made the play defensively.
High snap, the handoff, late getting there. And Cameron Martin started the hit party for Independence. A tackle for loss for the Patriots. This will be 3rd down.
Yeah, anytime you get a high snap, that's a timing issue. And once that timing is off, got to be careful there. Butler did good just to maintain possession of the football. And then we get this 4-by-1 set again, this time 4 receivers to the right with this empty formation.
3rd and 13 to gain for the Bulldogs. Lawrence looking upfield, has it caught at the line of scrimmage. A hit, it won't be enough for the first. It's shy of the 45, the spot right at the 45.
Yeah, I think Brian Hales is going for this. I don't think there's a question that he may go for this right here.
Bulldogs went for it on 4th and 2 and were unsuccessful in the first. This is 4th and a long one.
Tried this earlier. What you'd prefer here, at least personally, is be under center here and hand this ball off to a back working downhill.
Lawrence gives, nowhere to go. Patriots force a turnover on downs again.
Yeah, this Independence defense, got to give them a lot of credit. Recognized it. Anytime you got that shotgun snap, there's a little bit of extra time to get up the field. What I call detonate by those defensive players. Recognize what's happening in front of you. Understand that your body recognizes what your eyes are showing it, and then you detonate and react to the football. Nice job defensively.
And they take over at the Butler 42. Little hands, Jaden Jones wrapped up in the backfield. Big Jaden Farmer on the tackle. Tell you what, apt Reggie in they call this place the dog pound because this has been a bit of a dog fight of a game so far.
It has, and this Butler defensive front, you can see the quickness they have to get in between these offensive linemen and make plays in the backfield. The penetration has been a factor in this game.
Little throws up the middle and it drops incomplete. He's looking for Birch. It's 3rd down and long.
Yeah, that was just really good coverage on the back end by Butler. Nowhere to go with the football. Everybody covered up. Little tried to give his guy a chance, but not much space there to get that ball completed.
The Patriots are 4 of 6 converting on 3rd downs. Just 3 points to show for it. You would hardly know it, right? They've had clearly more opportunities on the offensive end. 3rd and 13, Little. Incomplete. He's looking for the tight end, Brown up the seam.
That's what these two defenses do, right? You might get a play here or there, and then all of a sudden they create a negative play, get you behind the chains, make you predictable, and they take everything away from you down the field.
To pair it a punt. Currents back to receive. Takes an Indy hop and is down near the 20. And they got the earlier touch, so maybe it's worse field position than that. 3-0 Independence with 5 left in the first half. After the Independence punt, 1st and 10 from the 20 for Butler. Zach Lawrence comes out under center. And they'll give. Williams pushes a lead tackler ahead, and he gets just enough. 11 yards on the carry. It'll move the chains on first down.
How about that old school football? Oh, power eye, 2 tight ends. Let's run the football downhill. Love it.
They're going to go right back to it. I formation. Williams off tackle left between the seams, and he's brought down after a gain of maybe 2.
This is Brian Hales, right? Brian Hales putting his stamp on this football game. We're going to be physical in the running game. We're going to get downhill, and we're going to start to beat up this defensive front, force these safeties to come down in the box and help out, and then we're going to look for deep shots to push the ball down the field.
And that might be what this is here. The shotgun again. Oh, the pitch back to Lawrence. A flea flicker. Throw up the middle. Just overthrown. He had Currents there being chased down by Bryce Lofton.
Yeah, Currents had him. He had him by a step. It was actually pretty good coverage, but there was room there, and he had a step on him just a little bit too far for Currents to catch up with it. And you knew it was coming. It was only a matter of time. We talked about that power eye formation. They were setting up a shot play. They took it right there, just unable to get it completed.
Butler with a 3rd and 7 now after the incompletion.
I love that call by Brian Hales.
Yeah, after those 2 high formation runs.
You knew it was coming. It was a matter of time before he took a shot deep.
Lawrence drops back. Over the middle, between defenders. Oh, and it was dropped incomplete.
I was getting ready to say that is why this guy is such a highly rated recruit, because that is a big-time, big boy throw that he makes right here. And he puts that football into tight coverage, and somehow this receiver had a chance at it.
Was looking for Donovan Pollard. Just a sophomore, and Butler to punt it away. Konachensky. That's the snap. Boots it away. And that one takes a couple of Butler bounces. Down to near the 42.
So a huge opportunity right here for this Independence offense. Just think about this, right? 3:53 to go. You're up 3. If you can take all the time off this clock, we saw them with a 7-minute drive to start this game. If you can take all the time off this clock that's left in the quarter and put some points on the board going into halftime, that's big-time momentum and much more pressure put on the home team of Butler.
4 wide for Indy. Little fakes the give. There's Crowder breaking away after the screen pass. Shoved out of bounds. We'll see where the spot is. I believe it's near the 30-yard line.
It's a great job by Crowder. Just get it out to him quickly. He's responsible for one guy. It's right there. Makes a man miss. And then watch him right here switch the ball to the left hand. Right there to get the ball to the outside to make sure if someone knocks it away, it goes out of bounds. Nice catch there and run by Crowder.
A 28-yard gain for the Patriots. First down and 10. Jones on the run. To the right side up the middle, there's a flag down.
Jones on the right side, we have a penalty marker on the field.
Yeah, this came from the umpire. It's going to be an offensive holding.
Reggie on the money. You even were signaling holding long before you said it for those watching.
A lot of it, again, it's when you're watching football, the mechanics of where the flag comes from based on who's supposed to be looking at what from an officiating standpoint often will tell you what the perceived penalty is going to be.
So back it up 10. It's now 1st and 20 for Independence. Little back to throw, being pursued, way overthrown up the middle, and a flag comes out from the defensive backfield. Crowder was brushed near the end of that route. A pronounced tripping motion or tripped up motion.
That one's tough because I think sometimes, as a former defensive back, sometimes the feet do get tangled when a guy crosses your face on a route. I thought that's what that was there. I thought that was a lot more incidental contact than anything, but anytime you get kind of caught, like Washington did, putting his hands up in the air as if to say I didn't do anything, oftentimes that is going to result in a flag flying.
Brings it up to the 25-yard line. First down for Independence. Jones fakes in, jukes out, untouched yet until just then. It's a long run for Jaden Jones as he gets inside the 10.
Darren, you called it. Watch him dip his left shoulder inside right there, and it freezes the defender, and then he's able to turn the corner. That's really well done by just a sophomore running back, a young guy understanding the little things in running the football. It's a little on the keeper there. He's down inside the 1 there.
Ball spotted at the 1-yard line.
Man down for Butler. Looks like that's going to bring us to a timeout with 2:43 until halftime.
You know, Darren, this, you know, you first of all, you hope that that young man's okay. But again, back to the Crowder catch, makes the catch, and then the ball switch. I love that. Like, that's the little awareness things that seem very minuscule, the small details. Great job understanding the situation and getting the ball outside. And then Jones, just the shoulder dip inside. That's all it is to make the defender think you're heading up the field, and then you bounce that football outside and you pick up another 15 yards.
Yeah, I think on that run by Jones, it was even more noticeable the third time seeing it there. It was to fake that guy right there, Tyquan Rankin, right? He dove into the hole.
Correct.
And then Jones able to bounce out, practically eliminating Rankin from the play, who's maybe the best tackler on the team.
Right. You use his aggressiveness against him. You show him that you're coming to his chest, So he breaks down just a little bit to be able to absorb and push through that contact, and then you bounce it back outside.
The good news is Taquan Rankin looks to be okay. Now Little quickly under center, trying to force his way over the goal line himself.
I don't know how anybody can see the football.
Well, they're going to call him spotted down at the half-yard line, it looks like, on the left side there. That was the indication.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like there was some push forward, and then there was some reverse action there as well because the defense was pushing forward. So very difficult to see the football in there as well.
Especially the black paint lines here at Butler. Still the natural color of the grass in the end zone, just really hard to tell. Here it is, inches away from the goal line. Little.
I think they're going to call a false start here. I think this is going to be a false start. They got up there really quickly, and I don't think everybody got set before they snapped that football.
Yeah, they really tried to rush that and catch Butler off guard. Yeah, you're exactly right. False start, Independence.
Yeah, and I wonder if they got the tight end William Brown on that, because as he came off the field, DJ McFadden was all over him about something. I think it's mostly the frustration of the head coach, but you see it right here. You got to get set. He never got set. That's look. You can talk about several things as Independence takes some time out here. You can talk about and look at several things there, but what that comes down to is the quarterback. As the quarterback, you've got to understand and make sure that everyone is set. You can't go too fast. You can't be too rushed. You've got to manage that situation. So in that particular case, that one's on Little to me. That's on 7. It might have been called on 17. But that's on the quarterback. You've got to give your guys a chance to get lined up and get organized and understand the situation so that you can properly execute.
Well, all right, Reg, what do you think? The goal line play there, trying to sneak Little in, clearly was not really working for Independence. Does this maybe favor them a little bit, that they back it up to the 6 with the penalty?
Well, what it does is it obviously allows for so many more pieces to your playbook. You can throw the football. He's a precision passer. We saw the touchdown throw he made earlier that was called back because of the penalty. So he can put the football anywhere you ask him to from a passing standpoint. You've got a back in Jones that's been effective throughout this game as well. You add to it Brown as a tight end, working inside of the seam routes, things he can do as well. He's a factor in this also. So this absolutely opens up more and more options for this offense.
Well, it's Brown on the right side of the line. Little back to the shotgun.
Speed option left is there. Speed option left is there.
Little carries to the left. Jones is a lead blocker, and he's in from 6 yards. Touchdown, Independence.
And there's a flag down on the opposite side of the field, right at the line of scrimmage. This might be a formation issue or somebody lined up in the neutral zone.
It's Colton Belcher trying to get in on the discussion for the Patriots.
He's like, hey, Mr. Official, what do we call it?
This is what I think it was, right?
Well, they're going to DJ McFadden, so this may be on the defense.
Yeah.
And maybe they're talking to him about, do you want this on the kickoff or the extra point?
I think that's exactly what that motion was. So they will let the touchdown stand, and it's a personal foul on the Bulldogs. That'll be enforced on the kickoff.
Exactly right. Didn't see exactly what happened, but I saw it right away with the way they used the formation, and they had it tight end to the backside, and then you had Jones, the back, offset to the left. If you could get the corner secured with the back's block in Jones, you could get to the edge, or you could run a speed option, force that guy to make a decision and pitch it. Either way, DJ McFadden Jr. saw the same thing I did in that formation, what they were able to dictate to the defense, and they get around the left side, get around the corner, get in the end zone.
Copera nails the extra point. Justin Little, the last time we saw this Independence team at Lake Norman.
How about that?
Man, that was a while ago. The number 23 seed has come a long way since then.
Yeah. you see it again here. You see Jones, he's able to pick up that block to the left of your screen right there. And that's everything else was, can Little turn the corner with his speed on his own? That's there. You've got to get the edge secured. You've got to be able to seal that guy. You get it from your back. Again, that's a sophomore in Jones being physical in the running game when he doesn't have the football, springing his quarterback into the end zone.
9th rushing score of the season for Justin Little. I mentioned the Lake Norman. He had 2 of them in that game as Independence won that battle with the Wildcats, and obviously has come a long way since then. Kickoff brought to you by Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances. And this is a double-digit lead for Independence. 2 scores late into this second half. Butler to receive the kick at the beginning of the 3rd quarter, but they'll have a chance at a 2-minute drill here.
They will, and they're likely going to have a chance at a 2-minute drill from the 25-yard line with a set situation because of the penalty. Independence now kicking off from the Butler 45-yard line, so this will likely be a touchback.
Capera touches it back out of the back of the end zone.
If you're Independence, you're looking at it saying, so far in this game, Butler hasn't been able to put together and sustain a drive. We're going to make them go the length of the field, obviously off of a touchback scenario, and see if they can come down and put points on the board, getting the ball at the 20-yard line.
So 80 yards to go for the Bulldogs. 1:59 on the clock. Butler's still looking for its first score of the night. How about this, Reggie? Empty backfield for Zach Lawrence. Haven't seen him really get to show off the arm so far in this one. Lawrence drops back, steps up in the pocket, nothing there, rolling, floats it up into the air, and it's out of bounds, incomplete.
First of all, the fact that he just kind of flicked his wrist to get rid of that football and got it all the way out of bounds, that's a whole nother conversation. But the coverage there was excellent, and Lawrence didn't force anything, didn't make a mistake, understood what was happening. The play broke down, he got rid of the football and threw it away. That's a really, really good decision, high-level thinking there, high-level instincts by Lawrence at the quarterback position.
Now this formation again where you've got the 3 receivers bunched, or no, it's not the same one because you don't have a guy out wide, but still Butler using some numbers in concentrated areas. Lawrence throws up the middle, tightly covered route, and it is caught as Keyshawn Barino is brought down to the ground immediately after.
That's a nice catch in traffic there by Barino. Good coverage by Independence on that play, but Lawrence put it right in there. Nice catch in traffic to move the chains.
Gain of 14 and a first down for Butler. Handoff. Missed tackle in the backfield. And a short gain, 3 yards maybe for Williams.
The referee again has to go in there and tell the guys enough of the pushing and shoving after the play.
Call it a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 here for the Bulldogs. I mean, this thing, just in the, by nature of the type of game it has been very physical, much less the extracurricular stuff. Lawrence drops back, going deep, and it is nearly picked off, but incomplete. Bryce Lofton was all over that route, but out comes a flag.
Wow. The flag was very, very late. Not quite sure what the call. I mean, it's going to be a pass interference call.
And it is against the defense. Wow, I mean, that was going to be a pretty big stop for the Patriots. Now it's in Indy territory.
This is what Lawrence can do to you, right? Like, the ball goes up in the air, and he's so accurate with the football, he can make you panic as a defensive back.
Lawrence back to throw, and he's ripped down to the ground to the sack. Chris Clark a senior, the one guy that when we asked DJ McFadden earlier this week, who's the player who is playing most above his average performance from the regular season in this playoff run, he said Chris Clark.
Yeah, you love this call. You know they want to go to the front side for Lawrence here. You just bring a blitz off the edge from the other side, come off his blind side. You overload the numbers so they can't account for Clark. He comes in and makes the sack. Lawrence is one of those guys, and he's got the ability. He can start with his eyes to the right, come all the way back to the left. We saw him working on that in pregame as well. He understands how to do that. But the other piece of that is that backside protection has to be accounted for. That particular play based on what they were trying to do and push the ball down the field situationally as well. You get the edge pressure and he's unable to account for it.
Loss of 10. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Butler out of Independence's final timeout.
It's a really good call there by defensive coordinator DJ Rankin. No relation to Taekwon Rankin. We talked about that pregame. But that's a really good call there to dial something up, bring that backside pressure, and create a negative play.
And a shovel pass up the middle.
Yeah, there was too much penetration. This Independence defense had gotten a lot of penetration, a lot of traffic there, and messed up the timing of this play. You see it right there. All kinds of bodies in there. Nice job defensively getting the penetration there by Deshaun Wilkes, the defensive end, the junior.
Brings up 3rd down and 20 to go. It's not a bad run, not quite to the initial line of scrimmage. Gain of 9. It'll be 4th and 11 for Butler here.
Yeah, I think Brian Hales may let this clock run out here. I think that was the reason why he ran that play. You've got more time on the play clock than you have on the game clock. I don't think he's planning to truly punt this football. I think he's going to let the clock run out and go to halftime.
It does appear to be the case. Well, Reggie, looks like we're going to get to halftime with a 10-0 Independence lead. The rematch between these two deep rivals. 10th all-time meeting between the two in playoff action. Patriots 10, Bulldogs nothing, and a half to go on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Stay with us. Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Charlotte's hometown legal team. If you are injured, call the Downer Law Firm. Halftime here at our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week, fourth round of the NCHSAA playoffs. Independence in the rematch with the Butler Bulldogs up 10-0 midway through. Let's go to a package from our Bahakel Sports crew. We've got the Shrine Bowl coming up on Bahakel Sports December 16th. Why not get to know the head coach of the North Carolina side?
Johnny Sowell is a staple of Monroe High School. He returned to his alma mater in 1986 to take over as the head football and basketball coach, and even dabble in track and field, with one thing keeping him going throughout the decades.
Well, I enjoy the kids, and I've always said as long as I'm having fun, I'm going to keep on doing it.
Now he has another opportunity to make an impact. Sowell was chosen to represent North Carolina as their head coach in the 87th Shrine Bowl of the Carolinas, one of the oldest bowl games in which all of the profits from the All-Star game go towards the Shriners Hospital.
It's a great experience. It's not only for getting on the field, it's about what the cause is. And that's the thing that we're going to talk to them about all week, about why you're here, what the Shriners is about, what they're doing, why they're raising the money, those kind of things.
Sowell has some experience with this game. He was an assistant coach in 2010, while his son was on the team.
It's a good experience for them to actually understand what type of coach they have. You know, a veteran coach, a guy that has so much experience and I actually know so much about football, and you know, to be having that exposure as an athlete, I know they're excited as well.
Coach Sowell will receive his Shrine Bowl jacket before their game on Friday, a rematch against Porter Ridge in our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week.
Well, I mean, I tell everybody it's the second one. I don't know what I'm going to do with it when it's over, but to get that honor and for people, coaches in the community that speak highly of what we've done, what I've done, that's a big honor. It's a big honor.
Reporting in Monroe, Jack Taylor, Bahakel Sports.
10-0 here at the half at our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. State quarterfinal, big one, a rivalry contest. 10-0, Independence leads Butler. Welcome back to tonight's halftime report, brought to you by Charlotte's hometown legal team. If you're injured, call the Downer Law Firm. 10-0 Independence at the break here at Butler. Patriots playing in enemy territory. 10th all-time meeting in playoff action between these two. And Indy shutting out the Bulldogs to this point. Let's go to our Bahakel Sports crew with a story about stock car racing and East Meck football. How about that?
Mornings in the gym, 2-a-day practices, moving around constantly. This may sound like the life of a high school athlete, but it also describes the weekly schedule of two Eagles assistant coaches who spend Friday nights under the lights and their weekends on pit road.
So I am a tire changer.
Oh, I jack. I'm a jack man.
I'm with GMS, and I do the 43 truck.
I'm with GMS Racing.
38 car with Joe Brown.
And I'm on the 25 Xfinity, Brett Moffitt, and 84 Cup with Jimmy Johnson.
Johnson was recruited out of college upon graduation, not to the gridiron, but instead to the oval, where his ability to switch directions on a dime comes in handy.
Because of how we move and how fast and urgent we can get things done. And not only that, just the ability to adjust to certain situations on pit roads. If one person makes a mistake, it really messes up the whole stop. So it definitely translates from football to pit crew.
He was brought onto the coaching staff by a teammate at GMS Racing, Alpha Lamine, a veteran jackman and fellow former college athlete, a defensive-oriented coach who fits into the role of captain on the pit crew well.
Before my stops, I'm looking at everybody, communicating, making sure everything's going good, because when something goes wrong, the first person they look at is Jack Man.
But he is a coach first and foremost. One is a passion, one is a paycheck. Both coaches want to open their players' eyes to what is out there.
These kids in high school, people think, oh, I got to go play college football, or I got to go do this, I got to do this. Well, you can actually go to a local NASCAR team and tell them, hey, can you teach me? And come out there to a practice, and they'll let you come out there to a practice.
I mean, somebody could see me on pit road and be like, hey, I want to be that guy.
Reporting in Charlotte, Jack Taylor, Bahakel Sports.
Ten to nothing Independence with a halftime lead over Butler in the NCHSAA 4A quarterfinal at the half. Highlights when we return on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Tonight's halftime report brought to you by Charlotte's hometown legal team. If you're injured, call the Downer Law Firm. Bahakel Sports Game of the Week, and a big rivalry at that. Indy 10, Butler nothing. Halfway through with Reggie Walker, I'm Darren Vaught. Glad to have you with us. Just about time to get resumed for the second half of action. But as a reminder, what's at stake here? A spot in a state semifinal matchup a week from tonight. Winner of this game, Reggie, at the top of the screen there, will go on the road, no matter the winner between Weddington and Grimsley. But in the case of the number one seeded Warriors, it would be a much shorter trip near home.
Absolutely. And as we last we heard, Grimsley was leading that one 20-14 at the half, but an opportunity for one of these two teams to go get themselves essentially to a regional final, a state semifinals. Obviously where they want to be, you see that Grimsley score right there, 20-14 at half over Weddington, and then obviously some other scores out there, Cardinal Gibbons and Roseville tied at 7 as well.
Yeah, that's in the 4A East bracket, that Forest Hills Shelby score in the 3A bracket. But let's have a look at some of the highlights from this one. A long 7-minute drive, got 3 points to start the game for Independence, and then a long kick return got Butler's first drive, started off on the right foot in Indy territory.
Yeah, and you thought, oh man, here we go, here comes the track meet, but then this Independence defense steps up, gets a big stop there on fourth down, one of 2 fourth down stops in the first half to really have them on their way to pitching a shutout in this first half. And then I think this right here is going to be a key in this football game. Whether it's Little or whether it's Lawrence for Butler, these guys are going to have to pick up first downs with their feet to move the chains against these two defenses.
No doubt about it. Justin Little's footwork has certainly been one of the few bright spots of Indy's offense. How about Taekwon Rankin sniffing it out and making a big tackle for loss there? But the Patriots, you mentioned it, 2 fourth down stops. That is the second of those 2. Their defense has been huge. And then a screen pass, really the only thing for either team to get going in the passing game. Brian Crowder took this one 28 yards on the way to the Independence touchdown.
Yeah, when you think about it, you look at the scoreboard and you see 10-0. What you may not realize is this Butler defense has been really good in this game. Obviously, a couple of drives that netted points. Nice run there by Jones. But as I was going to say, a couple of drives that netted points for Independence. But by and large, this Butler team, they've minimized big plays. They've been in the right spots defensively most of the time. They give up a touchdown there. But this defense has played solid in the first half. Just need more from this side of the ball in the offense.
Chris Clark, the senior, coming through with the sack just prior to the half, stunting another Butler offensive effort, preventing them from scoring points. That's for the most part, how we got where we are. 10-0 Indy at the half here on our Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. Second half when we return. Tonight's Bahakel Sports Game of the Week is brought to you by Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances, your outdoor kitchen and tailgate headquarters. Acosta Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, the household name for quality and trust. And by Charlotte's hometown legal team. If you're injured, call the Downer Law Firm. One half in the books. Independence with a 10-0 lead in this fourth round of the NCHSAA playoffs. A rematch from earlier in the season when Butler got the better of Indy, their longtime rival. This has been regarded maybe the biggest high school football rivalry in all of the Southeast. And we renew it tonight with another 24 minutes of action before we determine a winner with Reggie Walker, Darren Vaught here. Glad you're with us for yet another weekend of high school football action. Independence got the opening kickoff. They will boot it away. The kickoff brought to you by Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances. Lyric Copera to send it away. Red Currents. And Cameron Holman back deep to receive for Butler. There's the kick, and the second half is underway. This is returnable for Butler. And a tackle made in the open field. Landon Carr makes the stop shy of the 20-yard line, and the Bulldogs will begin at their own 19. Reggie, I mentioned the previous matchup between these two teams. Butler got the win. When we spoke to Brian Hales earlier in the week, he sort of laughed off the notion that it matters that these two teams have played, that Butler has beaten Independence already. He referenced Draft Day and the Kevin Costner quote in that movie. We're living in a different world than we were 30 seconds ago. Is the one he kept pointing to. He said these are two completely different teams from then. Zach Lawrence jumps to get the shotgun snap. Hands off. Jaden Williams, a bounce outside. Can't quite get to the 20 as he's brought down by 5, maybe 6 Independence players there. Led by Dallas Brannon, one of the team captains.
This is what we talked about with both of these defenses, the speed to the edges. Neither one of these teams is very big in the defensive front, but they can all run. They run well, they rally to the football, and they show up in a bad mood. And we've seen a lot of that throughout this game.
Mitch and Brandon, by the way, one of the 4 captains for Independence, not one of them a senior. Only 14 seniors in this bunch, and that is a deflected pass down to the ground. Skylar Murray got a hand up on it.
Yeah, it was a quick throw. He realized he wasn't going to get there, stopped quickly, got his hand up and knocked that one away to set up a 3rd and long. Sometimes it's just little things defensively, right? Just making sure to stop and get your hands up, get your hands on the football there, and knock that opportunity away.
Butler not as many opportunities offensively as Indy in the first half, but 0 for 4 on 3rd downs. Lawrence brings a man in motion. Looking to throw to his left, now to his right. On the run, it's knocked down, incomplete. 4th down.
And there's a flag that came in there late. I think this is going to be pass interference. I was getting ready to say great coverage by the secondary, but to no avail with the penalty coming here.
It is against Independence, so what would have been 4th and 9 is going to be moved up the field and move the sticks for Butler.
But still not a 3rd down conversion for this Butler offense. And we talked about also the 2 4th down conversions, opportunities that they weren't able to pick up as well.
Here's Currents on an end around. Got to the edge, not much else there. So he's brought out of bounds by Kylan Coleman.
Kylan Coleman made the tackle, but that play was made by Nick Reddish. Nick Reddish came up the field. He attacked 2 men, took on 2, and kept that ball from really turning the corner earlier and becoming a big play. So the play made there by Nick Reddish, even though he didn't make the tackle.
Reddish, another one of those underclassmen captains I was talking about, just a sophomore. Lawrence under center. 2nd and 5. It's up the gut. That'll go for a few yards. Looks like this is going to be 3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs. So another chance to convert. Maybe their shortest one yet. Again, the end arounds. Indy pushes him back, but I think he got to the line.
There. I think this is going to be. It's going to be whether the official spots it with his left foot or his right foot. That's going to determine if they spot it with the right foot. So that's a first down.
The first 3rd down conversion of the night for Butler. Makes it 1st and 10 from their own 45. Acosta Heating, Cooling, and Electrical first down, our first of the second half. Motion man, it's given Jaden Williams right up the gut, and he's dragged down after a gain of 8. Skylar Murray on the tackle. Second and 2 in a shotgun formation here. Lawrence to throw, out come flags. Airs it out deep, and it's caught at the seam. We'll see if this one's coming back, though.
Yeah, I think this might be some kind of formation issue on the offense. Yeah.
It is the case, illegal procedure, so they'll bring it back and replay 2nd down.
The flag came from the side judge right when the ball was snapped. So that's generally somebody's in the neutral zone, a formation issue, or a false start or some kind of procedural penalty, which is what you got right there.
And in fact, there were flags given from both sides near simultaneously.
I was getting ready to say before that offensive penalty there that this had really been a well-executed drive for Butler offensively. Going to have to figure out how to overcome that penalty right here.
Lawrence gives to Currents again. Step back against the defender, gets to the 45. That should be enough for the first.
Yeah, looks like they're moving the chains. The officials are asking for them to move.
So that is another first down for the Bulldogs. Currents in motion. It's a handoff. Williams sheds one in the backfield, moves up the field, down the field rather by 3 or 4 yards. I think with the reach, he probably should get 4.
Just a physical drive here. Butler running the football, trying to take over this game at the line of scrimmage. Again, neither of these defenses, particularly in the defensive front, overly big. So physical running game could be impactful.
It's another handoff. Slight delay beforehand, though. Williams shoves men out of his way and gets inside the 30.
Doesn't matter how you get the yards, as long as you get them, right? And this is a nice physical run in tandem with the offensive lineman blocking downfield.
I think that was his center, Brayson McIver, who he just took with him and drove him like McIver was a sled.
You got to get behind those big fellas and let them lead the way sometimes.
Here's a quick pass. Lawrence out to Wilson on the outside, and he's down inside the 25.
Nice quick throw. You start to get a little bit of off coverage, and then you just go ahead and take what they're going to give you, throw it out there real quick, and pick up some yardage there to set up a very manageable 2nd down. This might be a situation where they look to maybe take a shot, You got trips formation to the left, so maybe a slot corner type situation play here.
And they'll give Williams his way. Get a few yards there. This will be 3rd and short for Butler. 6:56 to play in the 3rd quarter. Indy with a 10-0 lead, but Butler driving here. We'll pause here on the Bahakel Sports Game. Butler scoreless so far, driving here. We'll have a 3rd and 2 coming out of the break. At the Independence 22. Last 3rd down was 2 to gain for the Bulldogs. They got it then for their first 3rd down conversion of the night.
Yeah, that's going to be a first down.
So we'll make it 3rd and 7. I guess. Some movement on the left side there of the offensive line, Rich. Which is where the motion man was heading to end up.
This is interesting because you see the Independence players right near the officials' conversation, gesturing. This could be on the defense for simulating a snap. Yep, that's exactly what it was.
Wow, okay.
So the movement, when you get up near the line of scrimmage, you can't make a noise that sounds like a snap count, and you can't fake and get yourself in the neutral zone by acting as if you're coming across the line of scrimmage. Something like that happened there, and that's your penalty.
Now they're going to wait on the...
That's a sideline
warning
on Independence.
I didn't see. I heard the whistle. Didn't see the flag, but it was right there at the side judge's foot. All right.
Somebody probably got a little animated after the penalty call.
From the 17, Jaden Williams, a step inside. Eventually comes to a stop near the 10-yard line.
See, I like this by Brian Hales, and he's understanding that because of the way that Independence is covering down the field, the shots and the attempts to push the ball down the field are not there. So he's using his physical running game. Eventually, those safeties are going to have to walk down in the box, and then he's going to take some opportunities in one-on-one situations.
Lawrence comes down with it, throws, Currents into the end zone. Touchdown, Butler. Well, you knew that was going to be the case at some point. Lawrence to Currents in a big spot, and it gets the Bulldogs their first score.
Yeah, that's a great job. They caught him in man coverage is what's going on here. Man coverage, throws it out there to the right side. You get one guy to miss, you got a good block down the field, and it's a touchdown. That's how you do it. Those safeties had walked up in the box, you're in man coverage. You get the ball out quick, somebody breaks a tackle, and it's stepping over lines.
Butler on the extra point. Konechensky puts it through, and it's within 3 for the Bulldogs. 10-7, Independence still leads.
It's a big drive right there by Butler to get on the board. It's going to lift that sideline, get this crowd into this game a little bit. Now all of a sudden, obviously just one possession. Go get a stop, get the football back. And my guess is when they get it back, they're going to attack vertically with this passing game. This is just well done by Currents. Nice catch. Runs through a tackle, and he's into the end zone.
Konechensky to kick off. Chensky, rather, to kick off. Brought to you by Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances, your outdoor kitchen and tailgate headquarters. And it's into the end zone. A touchback. Patriots will start from their own 20.
It's a big momentum drive right now if you're Independence. You've got to go down. I think, look, I'm not going to sit here and say you have to get points, but you've got to be able to get 3 or 4 first downs, take a little bit of time off the clock, move the chains. Worst case scenario, flip the field. Again, your defense just gave up a touchdown. By and large, they played really well in this game.
Well, remember that first drive for Independence in the first half, they ate up 7 minutes of game time in the first quarter. Justin Little on the play fake, gives Brian Crowder, shifty as he is, to the sideline and out of bounds at about the 35.
They caught him in a blitz from that side, so they knew they had 2-on-2 or 1-on-1 coverage situations. Had an edge blitz come off the edge, trying to take care of any kind of running game with that read option, zone read game. And because of that, Little just pulls it, throws it out there to Crowder, and lets him go to work.
Actually had him out well before the 35. Spots at the 33. Now they'll give Jaden Jones off tackle, right side. Wrangled after a quick gain of about 8.
I don't know how this kid does it. Like, every time you look up, he's 7, 8, 9 yards down the field after every single run.
His per carry average on the season entering tonight, Reggie, 11.2 yards.
That's unconscious.
Right around 165 yards per game.
Mm.
Another one of these Indy guys you can say it about. Just a sophomore. They go to Jones again. He's got the first down and is brought down shy of midfield.
It's a really nice, mature, patient run by Jones. Not a lot there. Gets around the edge and gets that first down. Good vision, good patience. Nice job reading it. Get what he could.
Another Acosta Heating, Cooling, and Electrical first down. Patriots from their own 47. Little stumbled and then tripped at the line of scrimmage. I think he got a yard on the game.
That actually may have been the best case scenario because there wouldn't have the pitch relationship was not there in terms of the way Rankin played that off the edge as well. So that might have worked out. That slip or trip there forced him to just get up the field and get as much as he could.
And he did get to the 48, so it's 2nd and 9. 3 wide for the Patriots, all to one side. Little, hands, Jones. A stiff arm, breaks to the outside, the speed, and he's just barely pushed out of bounds. Looks like he's inside the 20 after this.
He looked like he wasn't going to be able to turn the corner right there, and then somehow the speed shows up and he turns the corner, and then he's down the sideline. Nice run there, good vision, and then the burst of speed to get to the corner.
Jeremy Nixon was the last hope for Butler. He did manage to push the back Jones out of bounds. They'll go to him again, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
This defense, though, again, they're actually playing well. They're not, obviously we saw the last run, that was a big one, but doing a pretty good job defensively with their run fits. Just from time to time, Jones' speed allows him to turn the corner to the outside.
Little gain, it's second down. Patriots right back at it in the red zone. Jones again for another yard, maybe two. And a flag out just off the left of your screen at the near sideline. And it's a personal foul against the defense, but one against the offense as well. They'll offset.
That's why he was upset.
Well, last time we saw, remember, it was the personal foul on Butler when we thought it was going to be something against Independence because that sideline was so upset. Second down again here. Jones splits out. Empty backfield for Little. Pursued from behind, airs it out, looking for the tight end Brown, and he overthrows him. You know, Reggie, I was just about to say a few snaps ago, we have not heard much out of Brown.
Yeah, and they tried to go with the corner route essentially to him. I think Little and Brown got off center there in terms of what they wanted to do. It looked like more of a corner route that Brown was getting ready to go to, and Little threw a straight seam route. You wonder who was maybe off on that one right there. Either throw was open. You just needed both guys to be on the same page.
39 here for the Patriots. Little looking end zone. Nobody there.
Went to Brown again. Trying to get the tight end involved and unable to get him the football. And again, they look like maybe they're not quite on the same page there. Independence again will look to put points on the board in the way of a field goal. Copera missed from about 42 in the first half. This one's going to be from about 35. And we saw that he had the range from 42 almost. He had about 41 and a half yards.
That one would, of course, been good from 35.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what happens here. Little gets the hold down. It was blocked. Butler got a paw on it and blocked the kick. Indy picked it up and runs it into the end zone. The signal is a touchdown.
I don't think you can advance
a
blocked field goal, so this is just going to be turnover on downs, Butler football.
Yeah, that should be a dead ball.
Absolutely.
And a turnover on downs.
It's a dead ball when the offense or the kicking team touches it.
Now, Indy does the right thing, right? Play through the whistle.
As a player, you just go pick the ball up and try to get 6.
Wow.
Wow.
That is an Independence touchdown. Suffice it to say the Butler crowd does not like it. Copera will now line up for an extra point try. But he's going to have to wait because Brian Hales needs to have a conversation with the officials. And, I mean, they already signaled touchdown. They have not kicked the extra point and played another play. So if they wanted to wipe this off, they could.
DJ McFadden Jr. is all the way out to the hash trying to get an explanation. Obviously, he wants to keep the 6 points on the board. The explanation we got is that a field goal can be advanced, but not an extra point. And now it looks like they're going to wave this off as Butler starts to react. And McFadden, there he is, giving an explanation. DJ seemed to understand and accept the explanation.
Okay. So first, I'm no expert lip reader, but I saw okay at the beginning of that. So DJ,
again,
okay,
it wasn't demonstrative. He just said okay. And you see Brian Hales, he just starts calling an offense out, right? He's calm. These are two coaches that have been around the block. They understand high school football. They've coached it, all that for years. As you see again here, there's the block on the kick. And I was looking for it up in the air. I didn't realize it had gotten blocked. And then here, this is a smart decision by the Independence player. You just go pick it up and run it in the end zone. Let the officials figure the rest out. Give yourselves an opportunity. The officials, I give the officials a lot of credit here because they got together, they discussed it, and made sure they applied the rules correctly based on their interpretation of them. So you have to give the officials credit. Instead of just kind of going with it, they got together and made sure they figured this one out.
Yeah, and for Cameron Martin, the Independence player who scooped it up and took it to the end zone, again, you can't fault him, right? No. You can't have it both ways. If you preach, play through the whistle, play through the call, and one official is going through the motions of signaling touchdown when you get across the goal line.
You see McFadden there. He's out to the hash. Brian Hales is out to the other hash. And so they're both kind of matching each other, matching each other's energy, right? What's the phrase? Keep that same energy? They both have the same energy right now. And now as DJ McFadden Jr. walks away, Brian Hales starts to, he took a step backwards, but now he's going to go to the sidelines.
Well, maybe not everybody. I don't know that anybody else on this planet has Brian Hales' energy, right? He's out there in the shorts, although he told us in the pregame he went with the tights underneath because he's an older, wiser, more mature coach now.
Said he gets smarter as he gets older in certain ways. Brian Hales he was excellent to talk to. He talked to us about how this week and DJ McFadden did similar. They had former players back that had won state championships and been a part of these programs back at practice yesterday just to kind of be around these players so they can understand the moment.
And here we go on first down. Jaden Williams up the middle, tripped up, but by a hair. And Quentin Reddish saves what was potentially an 88-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that would have been that. The roof would have came off of this place, and there's no roof on it. Had he been able to break free and take this run to the house, that is a big-time touchdown-saving tackle there by Reddish.
Still a first down. They'll go to the ground again, and Butler gets about 7 or 8 yards there before a drive back for Williams.
Yeah, they see something with the running game. Brian Hales sees something in this running game that tells him that he feels like he can go win a football game on the legs of his running back.
They gave him 9 on the carry, 2nd and 1. Lawrence goes down to the flat, threw right into a defender, and a huge tackle by Keegan Quigley.
Keegan with the physical tackle there. I tell you what, that ball was dangerously close to being picked off there. Quigley has had a really nice couple of weeks, picked up a couple of scholarship offers over the last few days, so you got to feel good about him getting those opportunities to come his way right around Thanksgiving. How about that? That's not bad to have Thanksgiving dinner, understanding that you got an opportunity to go somewhere and play college football.
No doubt, especially as a senior, one of only 14 on this Indy roster. Lawrence drops back, gives on the quick screen, and that'll be another 8 or 9 yard gain.
And right now, if you're Butler, that's what it's about. Just continue to make positive plays, get yardage, and set yourselves up in some manageable situations. This is going to be a 4th and short. They've had a lot of success running the football here in the second half. Going to go right back to it.
4th and short, handoff, Williams.
Second effort, he got there.
A gain of 2, maybe a yard and a half even. It's enough to move the sticks and keep this drive alive for the Bulldogs.
Right there, it looked like it was going to be a loss of 2 yards, and then he just powers his way forward to pick up that first down. This is the perfect opportunity if you're Brian Hales to take a shot late in the third quarter here.
Over to the outside, and a good open field tackle there. Nick Radish brings down Red Currents.
It's a nice open field tackle there by Reddish, because if you let Currents get started, good luck getting him stopped.
Just the second tackle for loss this season for Nick Radish sends us to the end of the third. 1 quarter to play. It is a 3-point game. Independence 10, Butler 7 on the Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. The Bahakel Sports Game of the Week always delivers. 3 points the difference in this historic rivalry playoff matchup. 10-7, Independence leads Butler with 12 minutes to go. Reggie Walker, Darren Vaught with you. Winner here will go on to play the winner of Weddington and Grimsley. It will be a road game no matter what in a state semifinal for whoever comes out on top here at Butler. Grimsley at the half. That was the last update we got, up 20-14 on Weddington. 2nd and 12 here for Butler as we begin the fourth quarter. It's a screen pass and a decent gain. Keyshawn Barino gets across the initial line of scrimmage. We'll call it 6 yards on the gain. And a player down for Independence. It's Chris Clark, the senior DB who came up with a couple of big tackles earlier in the game. He's had a great postseason for the Patriots. Be sure to tune in 11 p.m. tonight. BahakelSports.com is the spot. The Blitz, Bahakel Sports team, will bring you all the highlights, recaps, scores, everything you need to know about what happened here and elsewhere in the high school football ranks tonight. Fewer games as we go along, right? So that becomes an easier assignment for Jeff Taylor and his awesome crew. So the good news is Clark got up and back to the Indy sideline on his own power. The bad news is Patriots are missing him for at least a play here. Lawrence alone in the backfield. Goes out for the deep screen. It's bobbled and dropped incomplete.
Yeah, Nick Reddish. I believe that was Nick Reddish over there that almost made that play. No, check that out. It was either number 11 or 19 over there. Which would have been Wisdom Whipper Daniel. Couldn't really tell from my vantage point what that number was, but he got up underneath that throw out to the sideline there and messed up the timing and the rhythm of that play. I'll tell you what, if he'd have picked that ball off, there was nothing but green grass in front of him.
Butler in punt formation. It skips back. Konachinski takes off with it. He's tackled just past the 40. Got nowhere close.
Yeah, the snap there, they had a lot going on. Snap was low, tried to run a reverse look there. Didn't fool anybody. Independence was waiting for that one.
So now the Patriots with some pretty favorable field position. Beginning at 41-yard line.
And that gentleman to the farthest left on your screen, Mr. Jones, he is going to be the focal point for Independence, I believe, on this drive. We're going to look to take some time off the clock and see if he can use his feet to get him in the end zone.
They go to him on first down, a stiff arm, and he's out near the 40. So a short gain for Jones there. This has been, look, Jones has been great in spots, but this has been a stingy defensive front for Butler tonight.
Absolutely. Absolutely correct. And look, when you've got a defense that plays this fast and plays this physical, it's going to be tough to pick up yardage against them. But you have to, I think, continue a balanced attack, running the football and throwing the football to keep them at least uncomfortable with understanding exactly what you're going to do.
2nd and 8, Jones wrapped up in the backfield, and he's brought down. Jaden Farmer, the finishing touch on that one.
We just talked about this defensive front and how good they can be. And this is an example right there. That front seven, I don't know if that was somebody's mouthpiece or ear flap, but it definitely went flying.
That'll bring it back to the original line of scrimmage, so 10 to gain for Indy.
Remember, Jones came in here with an 11-yard average, so it is not out of the realm of possibility that they hand the football to him again.
Little's going to throw. Pressure on the way. Incomplete. And that feels like a big stop for Butler as the punt unit comes out for Independence.
It's a huge stop. The positive for the Patriots is you get a chance to kind of really flip the field and potentially pin Butler deep. The problem with that is you got to punt the football in the direction of Mr. Kearns.
Capera skies it up into the air. Currents lets it drop as it was inside the 10. That went right out of the Reggie Walker punt returning handbook. So a touchback. Bulldogs will start the drive in more conventional fashion. I mean, look, Indy's not going to let Currents have a full field to return, right?
I mean, I don't care how good you are as a football team. A guy like that, you've got to minimize his opportunities to get out in space and use his quickness and ability to change directions to make you pay.
Motion man, it's a handoff. Bulldogs go right back up the middle with Jaden Williams. He stopped past the 25. I'm going to give him to about the 27 here, so 2nd and 3. Williams and Barino in the backfield. This time it's Barino running, and he's brought down from behind. Quick tackle by Dallas Brandon.
Patience to stay with the running game. Got to give Brian Hales a lot of credit staying patient in this situation.
He got a couple of yards. It's a 3rd and 2 for Butler. Bulldogs 1 for 3 on thirds in the second half. Currents in motion to the outside of the line. And Williams pushed back at the line. Injured player. And he came up just short. They're marking it 4th and 1.
Can't quite tell who the player is that's down right now. But head coach DJ McFadden Jr. is out, as well as trainers from both sides.
We'll step aside for a moment. 4th quarter, 9:20 to play. Independence with a 3-point lead, 10-7. A big 4th down. And Butler's going to go for it. 1 to get the first. Bulldogs trailing by 3 on their home field. Zach Lawrence under center. Jaden Williams able to get some momentum before the handoff, and he gets across the line to gain.
It's a big conversion there by Butler.
second 4th down conversion of the second half for the Bulldogs. They've already gone for it on 4th 5 times tonight. Acosta Heating, Cooling, an electrical first down. Extends the drive for the Bulldogs. Another handoff. Stop after a yard, maybe 2. Independence all over it. They'll mark it a yard on the gain, 2nd and 9. Lawrence has to go up and get another high snap. Williams evades tacklers left and right and spins past the 40.
That was a big time run. No contact, timing off a little bit, and he just continues to slip off and pick up more yards. That's what this physical running game does. It starts to take hold late in the 4th quarter.
Kylan Coleman eventually with the tackle there on the first down run for the Bulldogs. From their own 42. Lawrence, quick slant, caught, and that's another first down. Gain of 11 or 12 on the catch by Currents.
And that was the right time. All of a sudden, the safeties are at 7 or 8 yards. You hit that slant in behind. If he breaks a tackle, that's a foot race to the house. That's a nice call. You knew at some point, you knew Brian Hales would go to that and take that shot, and gets it there, and they pick up a first down.
Into Indy territory. They're at the 45. Lawrence goes up and gets the snap. Man, Williams has made a lot out of those less than favorable situations. He's not able to do so there.
Yeah, they got to get this snap under control. I mean, this is not the time. If Lawrence all of a sudden is unable to get to one of those, you got a big problem on your hands. It's too late in the game for a major mistake. Got to get the snap under control.
Play fake to the 40. It was caught, but then not. Big hit. Trey Garnes breaks it up for Big I.
This is, you got a 3rd and long here. This is 4-down territory there. I wouldn't be surprised by any call from Brian Hales here, because even if they just get 6 or 7, they're going for it on 4th down anyway. So what you want is, if you're going to throw the football, you want a high percentage throw to give yourself an opportunity to pick up a 4th down.
Loaded far side of the formation. Lawrence looking that direction. Pass was tipped, caught by Williams, and he's dropped after a gain of 3.
They brought a little delayed blitz. Lawrence stood in there as long as he could before letting that football go. Took a big hit right when he let it go, and here's the 4th down right here. That was a great job executing by Independence defensively, and now Lawrence, it's going to be on his shoulders to find a way. I would not count out him finding a way to pick it up with his feet if this defense loses sight of him.
Butler 2 for 5 on 4th down conversions tonight. This is their longest by a few yards. 4th and 8. Lawrence to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Martin chasing him down. The throw on the run, knocked down, incomplete. Another turnover on downs for this Independence defense, their 3rd of the night.
They've been really good in coverage all night. You see it here, the pass rush. Lawrence is forced to move, and then he pushes this ball down the field, and there are defenders next to every receiver down the field. The coverage tonight from Independence defensively has been absolutely excellent. And it is, as the folks would say in Mid-Hill, it's all about JJ right now. Jaden Jones is going to get the football repeatedly here.
First down, a spin up the middle, and he coughed it up. Did the Patriots fall on it? Brian Crowder was there. He looked to be the first to it.
Young player, just a sophomore, getting a little bit antsy, trying to make a huge play there. Nearly coughed it up, nearly turned the football over. And I guarantee you the conversation with him now is going to be, hold on to the football. The other thing you see, he had the long sleeves on the whole game. He's trying to roll them up now because the lower parts of those sleeves are wet from this field, which is not the driest. And you see there, he uses Little's towel to dry his hands off.
Yeah, that's the one thing about, I know every guy's got their preference, the tight or the baggy sleeves. Look at the bottom half of those sleeves for Jones. Those things are mucked up. Here he goes, off tackle left. It's a short gain. This will be 3rd and short.
That's a huge play call. And I'm not even talking about the amount of yards he got, what this sets up. The fact that Coach McFadden and Independence gave him the ball right back tells you that they know and they have confidence in this young player that he won't make that mistake again. Those are the kinds of decisions, those are the kinds of coaching opportunities that you have that you can maximize with young players. That's a great job there, going right back to him and handing him the football again. And I think he's going to get it again here on 3rd down.
It's about a 2.5-yard distance to the first down marker.
And a 3-point game might be a little early to go to the more deliberate offense here, but
here's Wilson, or Little rather, goes outside and gets the first down.
So Darren, after this, as you see Little here, nice job. They get a good block on the edge. Great job by Jones helping out to seal that corner and get his quarterback to the outside to pick up the first down. Remember I said before the game, or early in the game, about the quarterbacks and their feet and what they were going to have to do to win this game? This game is not over by any stretch of the imagination.
And they go back to Jones. Wow! He should have been brought down after about 5 yards, and he got nearly 15 out of the carry.
Wow. This is physicality, and this is what 4 quarters of running the football can do. And they're trying to rip away at the football as well, unable to get it out. But as Butler calls a timeout, what I was getting ready to say, remember we talked about it early in this game, and I said for the quarterbacks, whoever wins this game is going to have to pick up 2 or 3 first downs with their feet.
Yeah.
Especially in some passing situations. By my count, Little 2, Lawrence nothing.
Yeah, well, and Little's got the rushing score as well.
Right.
When on the shortened field,
right,
he had a couple of tries from inside the 1.
Yep.
The sneak wasn't working.
Right, that was a 3rd down as well.
So Butler needing a big stop here, a new fresh set of downs for Independence. And look at the bottom left of your screen. How about that? Weddington asserting themselves in this second half over Grimsley. They want to host whoever comes out of this dogfight next
How about
week.
that, huh? These 2 schools are 6 miles apart. Either of these 2 schools going to Weddington, that is going to be, first of all, that's close proximity, right? That's phone booth football right there.
Second of all, it makes it really easy to predict where you and I are going to be next week.
It does.
Granted, if they hang on to that, we'll see. Independence with a 1st and 10. 3.5 minutes remaining here in this state quarterfinal matchup. Jaden Jones to the outside, cuts in, first down, back to the outside, a stiff arm.
Darren, you're going to see on this run, it looks like Jones is going to the outside, and the defender gets out there to cut that off, and watch him cut this very late, right off of that block right there. Are you kidding me? I talked about his ability to glide, but at times he can have that violent, hard one-step north and south cut. That's an example right there.
A 17-yard carry.
He is gassed right now, but not coming out.
Butler still with 2 timeouts. There's under 3 to play here.
Patriots doing everything they can to eat up as much time as possible.
Little keeps it to the edge. There's a flag, and he, recognizing that, I think, Reggie sort of makes his way leisurely out of bounds.
Yeah, and Little tried to get in there and get a block as well. We'll see where the holding call, because I think this is going to be a holding call, maybe by one of the receivers on the outside or the tight end on the end of the line of scrimmage. We'll see what this call is, but again, Little trying to use his feet to create something for his team.
Face mask on the offense. Patriots will get backed up.
But remember, that was first down anyway. So, look.
But still, though, Reg, we've seen this already with Independence. That was a goal-to-go situation.
It was.
And now they're back outside of the red zone.
Absolutely. But now, this is where the chess match comes in. They're likely going to run the football here. Is this where Brian Hale starts to use his timeouts?
True, because the field is now long.
Absolutely correct.
So, no chance to extend to the drive in terms of the plays.
No, but Butler has
maybe
2 timeouts.
you'll take the yardage so that you can run it and keep the clock running, force the timeouts. Jones, a hard step up the middle, gets to the 20, inside it by a yard.
And there's the Brian Hale's timeout.
So that's their second. They've only got 1 remaining.
But what he's thinking here is you get a timeout here on first down. They may run the football again, so you call another timeout. And then third down, they're in 3rd and goal situation, a long distance to go. Maybe you can, if it's really long, maybe you can entice them to throw the football.
Yeah.
You're trying to guarantee it, right?
Yeah.
My guess is DJ McFadden Jr. likely would run the football again there after letting the clock run all the way down, and then maybe kick a field goal or see what the distance is and maybe try to go for it. We saw, obviously, a successful field goal in this game. We saw another one from 42 yards that hit off the crossbar, and then one was blocked. So we've seen every iteration of the field goal adventure so far in this game for Independence. The problem is if you kick a field goal and you've got, I don't know, a minute and a half left, and you kick the ball off, there's a chance the Quadrant Currents is going to get his hands on it. That is the problem in this scenario, because you don't want that guy to touch the football.
Don't write off Cameron Holman either, the other return man who took it into Indy territory at the beginning of this game, right? So it's not like you can kick it away from Currents. Little on 2nd and 19. They run an option. He doesn't have a pitch option as he runs into a clutter and they get to the 16-yard line.
I think that was a keep all the way. I think that was a keep no matter what. But they were using Jones to maybe widen out the defensive end so that they could get up inside. And again here, so Butler decides to not use the timeout here on 2nd down. Maybe electing to try to use it on 3rd down and force Independence to make a decision heading into 4th down.
Under 2 to play.
I think McFadden will let this play clock go all the way down and take a timeout.
Play clock is down to 5 seconds already. So the gamesmanship here is DJ McFadden calls a timeout for Independence, right? That's about letting as much time elapse as possible prior to taking the snap, rather than running it out there in the uncertainty of trying to, okay, let's snap it and put it in play with 1 second left. Let's go ahead and milk this for every second that it's worth, because, look, it seems as if this is going to come down to the very last second.
Absolutely. And why are we surprised, right? These 2 teams, these 2 programs, these 2 coaches, and the success they've had over the years, are we surprised?
No, because quite
frankly,
quite frankly, wherever we've been, it's been hard to be surprised by anything the past few weeks. And knowing what we were getting with this one, it has lived up to the hype. You know, when we were talking to Brian Hales earlier in the week, and we sort of brought up the notion that they've beaten this team before, he brought up that only once ever when these two have met in a rematch in the playoffs have they split the two games for the season.
Right.
I think he said that was 07. And a flag comes out. This might be movement by Independence.
His recall on the year-by-year of that was tremendous. Just listening to
Talking about specific players, many of them, I'm sure, are part of. Oh, this is off on the offense.
maybe somebody lined up in the neutral zone.
Neutral zone.
Which means if that's a receiver or a tight end.
And it did come out, to
Right,
your
but
point earlier, it came from the side judge.
But you look to the side judge and you ask, hey, I'm on or I'm off, am I good? And they will tell you, so that somebody not mechanically handling their responsibility on that particular play.
Backs it up, 3rd and goal from the 21. Jones, right up the gut, gets back to the line of scrimmage and falls forward.
And then there's the Brian Hales timeout. So the chess match, we were going to get this basically somewhere around a minute and a half on the clock either way. It was a matter if Brian Hales used the timeout after 2nd down or after 3rd down. He does it here after 3rd down, obviously.
It is not quite a 2-minute drill. However, Butler gets it back. And we'll see what Independence does here, right? I mean, do you send out Capera? Do you kick another field goal at the risk of it getting blocked again? There's, of course, inherent risk in going up 6 and allowing Butler a chance to score a touchdown where an extra point would beat you.
Right. As it stands right now, being up 3, you still can't feel great about being able to if you're going to give up anything, you don't want a touchdown to beat you. You want them to have to execute something extra, which would be the extra point. So I like the decision here to kick the field goal, especially 4th and goal from the 20. It's not ideal field position to try to go for it anyway. You're going to need something that pushes the ball down the field, which could lead to a sack or a negative play and create even better field position for Butler.
This is going to be about 37 yards on the field goal. Again, Capera has hit as long as 42 this year. Little gets the hold down. Capera's kick, left short, not enough on it.
Obviously, that decision is going to get questioned. But when you have a kicker that barely missed from 42 earlier in the game, and you go 36, 37 yards, you feel confident that he can make that kick. And unfortunately, not enough leg on it that time.
So Butler takes over at their own 20. They've got 90 seconds of game time. No timeouts.
This is where Mr. Lawrence.
Clean pocket. Lawrence over the middle. Incomplete.
That is really, really nice coverage. Playing what you call the top side shoulder by Bryce Lofton. Over the top there, just in case, and plays the football perfectly at the point at which it arrives at the receiver. Well done defensively by the defensive back.
He's looking for Phil Harris. Lawrence on 2nd down. Slings it near the sideline, and he brought it in.
Currents. That throw right there, that is why Mr. Lawrence is rated so high by college scouts. Those kinds of throws, pinpoint accuracy right on the spot to pick up the 1st down on the sideline.
Lawrence, a guy who's already got Power 5 offers. A 1st and 10. Steps up, throws up the middle. Another one caught, another first down. That time Harris brought it in.
Same kind of route by Harris, but a good job by Harris and Lawrence making the adjustment. Instead of pushing that to the post, they turn it into a hard in route, and he's open underneath.
Up to the 46, 1st and 10 again. Lawrence quickly flicks it out for Currents. A flag after the contact.
Wow. And these are the type of situations that you see the pass interference call against Independence. That's going to be 15 yards and automatic first down. That's what can happen sometimes. Defensive backs, the ball goes up in the air and they panic. This is a big spot in a big game. Sometimes guys panic in these situations when the ball goes up in the air and they're in one-on-one coverage in a man situation.
Yeah, you talked about it. In addition to what Lawrence can do to you on completions, they got a big pass interference earlier in the game, and that's when you mentioned it, right? It's the benefit of having a guy like him as your quarterback is twofold in that way. 1st and 10 from the 40, hit as he throws, and it's picked off. Patriots turn it over from Butler. No bigger turnover forced for Independence this year.
He saw the blitz, so he had to get rid of it quickly. He put it out there to see if his receiver could go get it. Great job by the defensive back playing over the top. What you didn't see right before the snap was the ability and the technique by Lofton. He went into what you call bail coverage. So he's playing at 2 or 3 yards, and just before the snap, he retreats to about 7 yards to keep everything in front of him. When Lawrence throws it out there, hoping his receiver can go get it because of the pressure coming down the barrel, Lofton's right there to just wait for the football to come down into his hands.
And again, no timeouts. Butler used all of those to give themselves that opportunity. So Independence is going to kneel it out and run the clock to 0, now 30 and ticking down. And the Patriots, the number 23 seed, will play in a semifinal matchup against Weddington or Grimsley a week from tonight. Just the second time these two programs have split their 2 games against each other when they play in both the regular season and the playoffs. And what a scene right there. DJ McFadden gets his first embrace from a player, from his quarterback, Justin Little. The lineage there just cannot be denied.
Yeah, Little's a guy that he's been working with as a quarterback development since like the 6th or 7th grade. Those two's journey together to this point, a huge one. DJ McFadden Jr. comes back to a place where he once coached as an assistant to find a way to win a playoff game. Have to give him a ton of credit coming here on the road against a really, really good Butler football team.
Another good one, an absolute grinder of a rivalry matchup in playoff action. 2 teams, 2 coaching staffs that know each other really well. And the Patriots get a 10-7 victory. They're going to a state semifinal next week.
I love that. I love that. Talking to Taekwon Rankin, letting him know he respects him as a player. He appreciates the effort in competing against him and gives him a lot of credit for the type of player he is.
Well, that'll do it for us on the Bahakel Sports Game of the Week. For Reggie Walker, Mike Moore producing, directing, and the rest of our Bahakel Sports crew. I'm Darren Vaught saying so long from Butler, where the final score, the Patriots win it 10-7 and are going to the state semis.